welcome back to Kalgoorlie for the last of the day. It's the Yarradale stud Ron Sayers sprint over 1,100 metres worth $100,000. Scott, what a great initiative this has been from both the KBRC and Racing WA. Ron Sayers, an absolute legend of WA racing, and it's great to recognise what he did for WA racing with a race like this.
It certainly is, and we'll actually get our camera to pound down to some of these scenes in the mounting yard, Lockie. We've got the Racing and Gaming Minister in here taking a few photos with the Premier. It's all happening here at Kalgoorlie in the last for this $100,000 race, but this has brought together a really nice lineup.
Absolutely. Let's have a look at these horses in the yard. Jockeys will be mounting their chargers very shortly, so we'll take a look at the one. That can't be done for Peter Fernie and Braden Garth,
who won the inaugural running of this race a couple of years ago, Lockie. So he's been set for it again. He's got 60 kilos after Braden Garth's claim. He goes very well fresh. He was given a push by Peter Fernie earlier on in our coverage. He trialled nicely. He maps well. He's top four for me as a horse that goes around near enough to 20-1.
Here's the two under influence for Dan and Ben Pearce. Willie Pike in the saddle.
Natural back marker. Not sure that's really going to suit him here today with the pattern of the day being what it is. They've struggled to make a lot of ground. We did see Starry Heights win from last, but he cut his way through the field and he was simply the superior animal in that lineup. Under influence is a hard horse to follow. He gets a long, long way back. He almost loses touch at the top of the home straight.
The scenes are continuing on from Starry Heights win in the Kalgoorlie Cup. If you can hear the commotion behind us, we now take a look at the three there. We have it on screen. Roger Cook, the Premier, front and centre in the celebrations. How good is that? The three is Sunny Honey for David Harrison and Luke Campbell.
This is the way I'm going to go in the last, Lockie. Raced 7 days ago at Belmont behind Rope Them In, who's a horse they may well aim up at a Winterbottom or a Railway Stakes. They're yet to really make up their mind. And the second horse was Taropa, who up until that point was undefeated. I think that's great form for a race like this. So off 7 days, back in grade, sits behind this red hot speed. I think he can present at the top of the home straight. I don't mind him here as a bit of a sneaky each-way chance.
4 pin deep is a scratching, so we now take a look at the 5. Crippalenko, Greg Beauglehole, Pat Carbery.
Well, with Paddy Cripps winning a second Brownlow, I expect that Crippalenko will have a few followers out there, including our cameraman, who's a big Carlton Blues supporter. But from barrier number 1, he should be able to get a lovely toe into the race. And some of those form lines actually stack up here. 4 starts to go behind the Boss Lady, 3 starts to go behind Russian Sniper, who's been a winning machine. Most recently, he beat Boots Like Bruce, who's now a 2-time listed winner. I actually thought Crippalenko here could sneak up under the radar.
6, Talk Softly, Robert Payton, Vic Corver.
Who's here today, first up without a trial, went on a winning spree at Esperance, but you just have to say that this is a fair bit tougher than the races that he was winning down there, and the market seems to take that view as well. 7,
Zing to Win, he's been a marvel up here on the Goldfields. Peter Fernie, Troy Turner.
I think it's been twofold. 1, he's clearly loving life here on top of the ground at the Goldfields, but 2, it's the blinkers that have changed him. His last 4 wins, all since the shades went on. He's just a different animal since they put a set of headgear on him. He last start was beaten a length by Secret Style. He carried 60 that day. He drops 5 kilos down to 55, so he gets a 2 kilo swing on Secret Style to try and turn around a 1-length margin.
The 8 is Balbeck, Peter Fernie, Tash Faithful.
He's a real fly in the ointment here for punters that are siding up with Prospector's Pick, who we're going to preview in a little while, because he's got just as much speed as him, and they're drawn alongside each other out very deep on the track. 6 weeks between runs, sneaks in on the minimum. I expect they ride him for speed.
Here is the 10, Prospector's Pick. Impressive last start winner off a freshen for Simon Miller and Chris Parnham.
And it was a bit of an aggressive placement too. Simon Miller took him first up, no trial, to a Class 3 midweeker. He almost needed to win that race to, 1, justify coming, but 2, get a start in this field. And by the time that he went to the races on the 18th of September, Simon Miller had already told his owners to book their flights to Kalgoorlie. So they already had accommodation on the expectation that they would win that race first up and then come here to the Ron Sayers Sprint. Hopefully it can be a brilliant plan pulled off.
And the last horse we'll take a look at is the 12, Secret Style. She's looking to make it 5 in a line for Peter Fernie and Lucy Fury. And we have to take note of the behaviour of her behind the gates, because she can be a little bit of a handful.
She certainly can, Lockie, but she was also scratched as a $1.80 favourite on Wednesday to save for this event. So that in itself just goes to show that they think that she's definitely here to win. She's been 4 from 4 since arriving here at Kalgoorlie. A maiden, 2 Class 2s and a 58 plus. Today into a 66 plus, but down to 54 kilos. They put the pacifiers on as well. Simon Miller's just in behind us, and for someone that's just run second in a Kalgoorlie Cup, things get worse. He's now swallowed a fly. It really is scenes here late at Kalgoorlie.
It is all happening in Kalgoorlie. It is truly the Wild West, but that is a look at the 9 runners ahead of the Yarradale stud Ron Sayers Sprint. Scott, it's been a fantastic day. Round us out with a winner.
3 for me, each way, Sunny Honey. I know all attention's going to be on this very progressive mare out of the Goldfields in Secret Style, and also with a prospector's pick who's likely to burn across. But I thought if speed-wise, if Secret Style burns from barrier 2, if Crippalenko goes quick from 1, Zing to Win goes quick from 6, Baalbeck from 10, and also out there is prospector's pick, there's so much speed in this line that I just wonder whether or not they might overcook it. And so I actually thought here that Sunny Honey would get a lovely camp tucked in behind that speed, and after Luke Campbell's claim, could run a very cheeky race here at an each-way price. I thought he was the mapped horse here off the 7 days, number 3 in Sunny Honey. From 12, this highly progressive mare, Secret Style. She's a daughter of Justify. She's got that big, beautiful white blaze on her face. Her mum, Enticing Star, was a star in her own right. Number 10, Prospector's Pick, who's been aimed up at this race. And 1, Can't Be Done, who has won this race previously and has trialled well into his return to racing. 3, 12, 10 and 1, but each way for me in the last with Sunny Honey.
3 Sunny Honey on top for Scott in the last of the day. I did just receive an update from a steward here in Steve Gerard, and he just allowed me the information that Secret Style, it does say pacifiers on, but she will only wear those to the gates, and I suspect she's already inside the line. So it was pacifiers and pre-race earmuffs on. Both of them will be taken off prior to her loading into the gates, and I believe she's already inside barrier number 2. So that's just a late gear change in regards to Secret Style, and hopefully that provides everyone with some clarity. But Scott is with Sunny Honey in the Yarradale stud Ron Sayers Sprint. They're joining the line all well. Here's Darren McCauley for the call of the last of the day.
In the race, Sunny Honey to move forward. Talk Softly remains out, so does Under Influence. Willie Pike aboard, chasing his 5th win for the day. And Peter Fernie, the trainer of Secret Style, is looking for his 5th winner. Lucy Fiore, her 3rd. They've had days out, respectively. Prospector's Pick goes in. Up goes Talk Softly into the gates. We now wait for Can't Be Done to move in, and Zing to Win as well as Under Influence here in the last. Secret Style at $2.40. Where's the pre-race pacifiers? They've been removed over on arrival at the start. And now here comes Can't Be Done. Stablemate of Secret Style. Secret Style going for 5 in a line. Trainer Peter Fernie going for his 5th win for the day. Starry Heights beating Iowa home in the Cup. Red Cadillac 3rd in. But just a superb ride by Willie Pike to get home on Starry Heights. Now here comes Zing to Win. So there's only Zing to Win to move on in. And Under Influence as well. Zing to Win prepares to join the line, goes on up inside the stalls, and we're nearly right to go. This the last on Cup Day. Not far away. Red light is on. 1100. The Yarradale stud Ron Sayers Sprint. They're off and they're racing as well. And the favourite got out very well. Secret Style jumped in front. Away very quickly also, though, is Talk Softly, driving up from Can't Be Done and now whipping over. Prospector's Pick is driving forward. In behind those, settling into stride next of all is Crippalenko. It's back about midfield from Baalbeck. Then Sunny Honey back in the field. Under Influence at last is Zing to Win. They come down the side going to the 600 mark, and the leader, Secret Style. It's the favourite that leads the way, Secret Style. A half to 3/4 clear coming towards the home turn. Prospector's Picket got up outside of it. Crippalenko on the rails is running 3rd. Then Can't Be Done in front of Baalbeck, and Sunny Honey heads the remainder. At the top of the home straight though, the baldy face Secret Style puts up 2. Crippalenko. Prospector's Pick, Zing to Win, finding room over near the fence. They go to the 150. Secret Style's the leader. Crippalenko and Zing to Win, they were closing the margin down. Crippalenko and Zing to Win have got to the favourite. On the outside, Zing to Win. Crippalenko kicks, finds and wins. Crippalenko I thought had just won from Zing to Win in a driving finish. Behind them then Secret Style, Sunny Honey in a photo for 3rd, followed by Under Influence. Prospector's Pick and Weakened. Talk Softly's back there, Can't Be Done, and one of the last of them home is Baalbeck. Waiting for the numbers here after the running of the last event of the day. Crippalenko, hands and heels from Patrick Carbery. Zing to win on the outside, Crippalenko. Number 5, the Machino gelding. Crippalenko will win the Yarradale stud Ron Sayers sprint for Greg Beauglehole, and ridden to victory by Pat Carbery in 1:03.80. Number 5's the winner, Crippalenko. Second is number 7, Zing to win, Troy Turner, and 12 Secret Style, Lucy Fiore. Its winning run comes to an end here in the last. Weighs in third in front of 3, Sunny Honey. 5, 7, 12 and 3 of the interim placings. Crippalenko, who's now won 3 of its last 4, has got under everyone's guard by Machino from Brooks Me Baby for Greg Beauglehole. Mrs. Kay Brookman, prepared by Greg Beauglehole, and taken out here in the last by Patrick Carbery, winning by a short head over Zing to win from last. Beautiful rails hugging ride by Troy Turner, by Shooting to win from Coldfact for Peter Fernie, and number 12 Secret Style by Justify from Enticing Star from the Fernie stable, Lucy Fiore in the saddle. It was a short head, a length and a half, the margins to the running of race number 9. But Crippalenko getting home, and at good odds in the last on the card, $24.490. It for those that might be alive there, and probably quite a few would be, has had some value in the last leg of the quaddie today at $24. Well, let's go downstairs and we'll catch up with Lockie Taylor. He's about to join us after the victory of Crippalenko in the last. Obviously, it's a combination of the names of Patrick Cripps and Alex Jesaulenko, and that means he's certainly a winner.
Exactly right. A couple Carlton legends, Darren, and a man who absolutely loves the Navy Blues is Greg Beauglehole, but I suspect he loves this horse just a little bit more. Greg, Crippalenko, what a great result this is. First up coming into this race, what were your expectations leading into this afternoon?
Oh, Lockie, I said last when he won the 66 in Perth, he was he's sort of untapped still, and we're not sure how good he is. But so we all had to go for a holiday, including the horse, just freshen him up. Went out when he was on top of his game, and that's the result. He's just come back. He's just come back bigger and better than he was.
Is it fair to say he's just getting better with time? I know he's getting on in age a little bit now, but he just continues to raise the bar. Yeah,
I believe when you think you got a good one, like I bred him and that, when you think you got a good one, I think you mightn't get one for a long, long time, so look after him, and I've always had a big opinion of him. He's just a really nice horse, mate, and that's his 13th start. I've taken a lot of time, a lot of patience with him, and we're just reaping the rewards, and he hasn't been bashed up at all.
In the run here today, he just had that lovely run in behind the speed, courtesy of a very cool ride from Pat Carbery.
Yeah, well, I mean, as you know, mate, a big part of this game's luck. First of all, you're luck. You breed what you think's going to win races and crosses over each other really nice, and that's what I did with this. Brooks Me Baby's a fantastic producer, and she's 16 days in foal to a Machino again. So, yeah, mate, he's a very good horse. He's a very good horse.
He certainly is. Great training performance. First up, winning a $100,000 feature. Congratulations. Enjoy the night.
Thanks, Lockie.
There's Greg Beauglehole after the win of Crippalenko. And here he is, Paddy Carbery with Scotty Embry.
Paddy Carbery joins me now. Paddy, talk us through the run and then let us know how far down the home straight you have to walk to pick up that whip.
Not too far. Jumped away well from a good barrier. Greg was really positive about his chances. Was able to use the barrier good and travelled good in the run, and got clear. He just sort of wanted to wander around a little bit in the straight. Not sure if he was looking at the semaphore board or not, but threw me whip away and had to straighten him up, and he stuck his head out again, so he done a good job.
Greg's done a wonderful job with this horse and with his entire little team.
Yeah, he's obviously breeds and owns and trains him himself, which is probably no pressure. The only pressure he has is on himself, and as I say, he's very positive about his chances today, and he knows what he's talking about.
What about the rest of your day? How was Stop Dreaming in the Cup?
He ran well. He was under pressure a fair way out. Wanted to sort of get rolling a little bit, but Red Cadillac come around him, and I didn't have much horse to work with, but he whacked away and ran fourth. Bit different tempo to what he's been racing in, but he ran okay.
At the airport, what's the beverage of choice for Patrick Carbery?
Water.
After the water?
Water.
More water.
Races tomorrow.
Races tomorrow. You're a hard worker. Geraldton Thursday. Been a long week.
It actually has. You know the same.
Congratulations, mate. Well done.
Thanks, mate.
There's Paddy Carbery rounding out the day as a winner. He combines with Greg Beauglehole and Crippalenko to take out the Yarradale starter Ron Sayers sprint. Scott, great race that one, and what a day it's been for Kalgoorlie racing. Not only I almost forgot about the announcement at the beginning of the day that they're going to have $1 million slot race this time next year, and then the racing, the weather, the crowd, it's just all come together beautifully.
I remember when the Quokka was launched and the thought of walking in on a race day where it was the richest race in WA, and now for anyone on the Goldfields next year, you walk in on Kalgoorlie Cup Day, richest race the Goldfields has ever seen, the Golden Saddle, weight for age, 1,100 metres, 2 weeks before the Crawford. So I'm sure there'll be people out there now starting to work out how they program to get a horse here, how they get their hands on a slot as well. That'll be a very competitive marketplace. We're hearing the protest in the background from Darren McCauley. First and foremost, we should probably stick with that lock, but in the future, we'll be looking forward to that race.
Well, there you go. We were about to sign off and go straight to the bar. It's been a long day, but no, we will wait and hopefully get you footage of the protest. If not, we'll come back with an update on how the protest goes. So
Hold all tickets.
Hold all tickets, and we'll see you in 10 or so minutes.
Not far away. Red light is on. 1,100. The Yarradale.
Jace, any ideas on how we can potentially get this protest to some type of air with audio?
Jumped in front. Away very quickly also, though, is Talk Softly, driving up from Can't Be Done and now whipping over. Prospector's Pick is driving forward. In behind those, settling into stride next of all is Crippalenko. It's back about midfield from Baalbeck, then Sunny Honey back in the field. Under influence at last is Zing to win. They come down the side going to the 600 mark, and the leader, Secret Style. It's the favourite that leads the way, Secret Style. A half to 3/4 clear coming towards the home turn. Prospector's Picket got up outside of it. Crippalenko on the rails is running third. Then Can't Be Done in front of Baalbeck, and Sunny Honey heads the remainder. At the top of the home straight, though, the baldy face Secret Style puts up to Crippalenko. Prospector's Pick, Zing to win, finding room over near the fence. They go to the 150. Secret Style's the leader. Crippalenko and Zing to win. They were closing the margin down. Crippalenko and Zing to win have got to the favourite. On the outside, Zing to win. Crippalenko kicks, finds and wins. Crippalenko, I thought, had just won from Zing to win in a driving finish. Behind them then Secret Style, Sunny Honey in a photo for third, followed by Under Influence. Prospector's Picket weakened. Talk Softly's back there, Can't Be Done, and one of the last of them home is Baalbeck. Waiting for the numbers here after the running of the last event of the day. Crippalenko.
back here live on Racing WA TV, and unfortunately we haven't been able to get a camera or a microphone inside the stewards' room, and the protest is still underway as we speak.
But in time, Lockie, hopefully we can work on that as a process going forwards, and that way potentially we'll be able to live broadcast some stewards' vision and some actual protest vision like they do in other states in the near future, and that would be an interesting addition to our coverage too, because it's always, I find, fascinating listening to the jockeys, listening to the trainers, and then eventually listening to the stewards on how they determine the matter. I find those jockeys' comments just incredible in the sense that they're so competitive, but they're also good mates, and you don't really want to throw your other rider under the bus, but at the same time, you also want to win a $100,000 race.
Exactly right. In this case, it's Troy Turner v Pat Carbery, who have been riding against each other for 30 plus years. So unfortunately, we won't be able to give you an update on the protest, but that's all we have time for here on Racing WA TV. Scott and I will be back at Northam tomorrow afternoon, so we'll see you then.